Unsuk Chin was born in Seoul, South Korea in 1961. From a very young age, Chin showed a passion for music as she taught herself both piano and music theory. She began to study music composition at Seoul National University, and in her early 20s she won several international prizes. After receiving a grant to study in Germany, she decided to move and has been in Berlin since 1988. Chin began her work as a freelance composer at an electronic music studio at the Technical University of Berlin, where her first piece there was Gradus ad Infinitum. After that, she decided to move on into the opera side of things. Her first large piece she was involved in was based off the book Trinorian, which premiered in 1990. Unsuk found her breakthrough with her amazing work in acrostic wordplay. Chin has also dipped her feet into the violin concerto side of things, and was even awarded in 2004 for her music composition. Chin names many 20th composers to be of importance to her, such as Igor Stravinsky, Claude Debussy, Anton Webern, and many more. She also explains that her time with electronic music was quite influential for her, and for the vocals and lyrical parts of her music, she experiments not only with poetry, but also using techniques such as acrostics, anagrams, palindromes, and much more. Chin has said to have a fascination with Alice in the Wonderland. Thus, Chin took up the idea and decided to make an opera out of it, which was premiered in Munich in 2007. She treated the project as an opportunity to bring together many aspects of her music and style, for example, using a virtuistic soprano at the title role. She explained that she wanted to write an opera that is highly intellectual, but that is also very simple and can communicate directly with the audience. Chin also later explained that she was quite dissatisfied with the beginning and ending of the story, and therefore used scenarios from her own dreams to fill in the end scenes. Chin creates colors, atmospheres, scenes of intensity, but also a good mix of terror and fear throughout the entire opera. This shows that Chin inserted her own ideas into the composition and the creation of the opera. Listening to the Mad Tea Party section of the opera, the first thing to notice when listening is the quick tempo that is created by the orchestra. This gives us a feel as we're quickly running and sprinting through some area, or as if there's some chaos at this Mad Tea Party. Secondly, another quite striking feature from the beginning is the amount of dissonance that is present. It seems through the violins, xylophones, and much more all help in creating this dissonance to add up to what seems to be havoc occurring at this tea party. As the orchestra plays on, it has been going up the scale, and then at around 45 seconds in, the orchestra is suddenly cut off by a sudden clap/drum sound, leaving us at some sort of suspense or cliffhanger. Let's now take a listen to the beginning part and listen closely to see if you can hear what I have explained before. As you can see, right at the end, the orchestra is suddenly cut off. Continuing after this, the xylophones kick back in with dominance while a piano plays subtly in the back, moving up the scales to keep that jittery and chaotic feel. We also see that the harpsichord adds in at key parts, adding in oomphs that hints at possible sudden jumps and scares. We can hear a great amount of dissonance that comes from what sounds like an oboe or clarinet. This then leads many of the other instruments astray into mimicking its dissonance, seeming to cause more chaos and confusion everywhere, which we will now hear in the next part. The dissonance we just heard is truly creating that feel of chaos. However, eventually as the violins slowly start to come back into dominance, they seem to repeat the same melody. Yet, at times in between, they quickly go up and down the scales and then go back to the same melody they were playing before. This creates what I would like to call the calm before the storm. Slowly, the whole orchestra joins in, creating an overwhelming feeling as so many instruments are playing all at once. Not only are they playing together, but creating the most dissonant scene yet. It truly engulfs the listener in the music and almost feels like it's right in your face. The music suddenly cuts off with the bass drum, seeming to leave us again at a cliffhanger or a moment of suspense for what is about to occur. The music composed by Chin is truly stunning and beautiful to hear, which seems quite ironic as it has so much dissonance mixed into it. She is able to accomplish this through her use of a variety of instruments in the orchestra. For instance, she uses the violins to keep a quick tempo and having the xylophones and harpsichords in the back with constant interjections of dissonance. This allows for keeping disorder and bewilderment in the opera for the listener. Moreover, she uses instruments such as clarinets, bassoons, and more to create an eerie sound, putting the icing on the cake and adding the madness to the Mad Tea Party. Overall, we can see the talent Unsuk Chin truly had through her composition presented in Alice in the Wonderland.